Best applause and for the Andrew Lee and his presentation open data for Taiwan's roadways.
Hello everyone, I'm Andre Lee. In daily life, I use Python, Tornado, Django, Mezzanine, and JavaScript. And I'm a senior developer at QNAP. QNAP is a NAS appliance company. And I was also a member of developing the, I don't know how to call this, maybe virus buster or PC seeding, yeah. And today's talk is not, this is my contact info. I ANDRETW at Gmail, GitHub, Facebook, but except the Twitter. And today's talk is all about the developing story. It's not a technical, because in fact, I propose two subjects to the PyCom JP committee, but another one is a more technical topic, but I didn't get that. So this one is more about the developing story. So here is my agenda. So what is open roads at Taiwan, at TW? And why do we want to build open roads at TW and get our hands dirty in the future? So the first one is, what is open roads at TW? In fact, it's only the Chinese version. And the Chinese name is 条条好烂路. If you know and you understand the meaning of 条条好烂路, the middle of the words 好 is also means good and it also means very. So it's a pun. So that means if you translate to English, maybe it could be every road is good or bad roads, or every road is very bad roads. So that's why we call it 条条好烂路. Yeah. And it's a Web 2.0 website to let the people vote the road's quality is good or bad. And where is Taiwan? Oh no. This one is Taiwan. Yeah. Yes, sometimes we travel around, someone will recognize us Thailand. No, we are Taiwanese. So, and why do we want to build open roads at TW? Because why do we want to do the website if we got the roads like this? It's good. It's good. But in fact, I just took it last afternoon in near the Ueno station. So, in fact, in Taiwan's road, you can see this, and this. Yeah, it's awful. It's really awful. But maybe you will say I'm too exaggerated the bad quality of the roads. But you can see the date. It's just the September 5th. Just a few days ago, someone posted this article on the biggest BBS in Taiwan. It's called PTT. And said, today I got off the MRT and wait for the bus as usual. But I found something strange on the ground. Yeah, it's just for the quality. So, and what I think I'm writing is a scooter, but what our government thinks I'm riding, a trial bike, right? So let us get our hands dirty. So we try to do something like this: translate data, and then send to Google Apps engine and done. But sometimes the things cannot be so smoothly, cannot do so smoothly. We deal with the raw data, and we found that we have more than 60,000 roads in Taiwan. And, oops. And you can fork this on GitHub now. But, oops, yeah, some limitation of Google App Engine. You cannot import so many raw data in a time. You have to do that batch. So if we want to do this, we have to do another change for our app. So we forgive this. We just try to get raw data from post office website and send to Google App Engine and down. Yeah, I forget to mention that the first step, we want to translate the data into the data store in Google App Engine, but we fail. And the second, we decide to get the raw data from the post office. Just use the way, because our post office has this UI, and we do some hack from the call and send a request to the server, and then we can do we can get the data from the server, but it's not our server. So sometimes the server will return the server's fail, the server's error, because our huge request. So we do the next step, translate data to static files. And we translate it to, we use a Python program to translate on GitHub and use the GitHub pages as our CDN. Yeah, because we don't have much money, so we use GitHub pages and we translate the rows into the JSON files. So we done the first step. We translate the data to static files, and then we just want to use Google App Engine. But in that time, Google App Engine wants to charge. Yeah, it's some time ago. So we change it to OpenShift. It's also a free pass provider. And then we use OpenShift. So that is our final solution. We use GitHub pages and OpenShift for our whole products. Yeah, the most important part is because we don't have we don't have foundations to do this, so we need to think about need to think about the money. So we use the cheapest way to do this.
So you're using free tier of OpenShift?
Pardon?
You're using free tier of OpenShift?
Free.
Tier of OpenShift? The free tier of OpenShift?
Uh,
OpenShift has multiple tiers, a free tier, paid tier, so you're using free tier, right?
free. Yeah. And then, oh, it's so quick. So it's about the future. Our future is somebody has some ideas and want to cooperate with us to do the mobile apps. If we do the mobile apps, we can get the real data from their cell phone, and we can get the real data and by the sensor and out. Yes, we can get the data from the sensors, and the users don't have to vote the good or the bad. So it's more automatically, and we can get more real data. And the next is get sponsors. So we are trying to do this in Taiwan. Yeah. And this whole project is inspired by Code for Tomorrow. I don't know if you know the foundation like Code for America, Code for it's kind of like to care about your society, your country. And in Taiwan, some of you may know we got some problems in like foods, like security, and many problems. So we have an organization called G0V. It's O. It's G0V, and they do lots of things like our project, something like for hospital, for health, and for environment. They can monitor the air pollution, and for law, we can monitor the laws change, and for education, something like that. And we just try to open our government's data to every people, and we try to open every something like APIs to people that can do something good for our people. So our government makes us our citizens are very busy, but we are keep our eyes on everything. And well, and I hope that you don't have so good government as ours. And cool. And the confession is we had a refactory, and we currently use the GitHub pages and the plus parse.com. And we now only use the Python to translate the raw data, and we send all the data to parse.com to deal with our data. So the conclusion is Python not only 2.7 or 3. Even I only use the version 2.7. I think that is the greatest language for data processing and sorting. And in my daily life and my daily job, we will use Python to process the data, and we use like the Panda to analyze and see the visualization. And we will use Python. And I will say this, even I will join the JavaScript conference next month, the Python is the greatest language for data processing. Yep. Oops, it's so quick. Okay, it's the end. So, do you have questions? So.
So are you currently not using OpenShift?
Pardon?
Are you currently using OpenShift or not?
Yeah, we leave the OpenShift and we use the pros.com. Yeah, but OpenShift is very good to use, and it's very customized. You can customize and do everything you want to do.
I'm an evangelist of OpenShift, so I speak about conferences about
Okay, so yeah, it's good, and I use it for another project. So yeah, and Heroku is also a good if there is Heroku staff. Yeah.
So I'm just curious. It sounds like you. Thanks. It sounds like you're, scraping the road data in order to get the names of the roads and their locations. I'm just interested in how that approach is useful as opposed to say, tagging just the locations of problems that people find. How is that road data really critical to what you're doing?
The first step we used, we get the road data from the post office, and every road we get every roads, and the users should vote. They have to observe and see, this road is good or bad, or he or she can leave a comment or message on we use digits on the web page. So he or she can leave a message on the row. So everyone can, and we also have a rank, maybe top 10 rank, like good roads and bad roads, and by the area, by the city. So we can easily to see if in the area which roads is good and which roads is bad. But we think that it's too slow to get the real data from the users. So we are developing the mobile apps to upload the real data from the sensor, but we are undergoing this process. But the another problem is how to convince the users to install the app. Yeah, so we are still thinking about it.
Roads are long, so I mean, if there's a specific.
Yes, yeah, the post office, we get the road data from the post office is by the section.
Oh, it's by section.
Yeah, so we can get the section. Yeah. So.
I just wanted to know what you mean by sensor. When you say we'll have an app that will have some sensor, what sensor?
Yeah, if the sensor is just like if you ride the scooter on the roads like ours, and you will get maybe jump, and yes, the sensor will say, oh, it's a bad road, and upload the data to server. Yes. So, my other questions? Oh.
What kind of open data is available in Taiwan other than road data from post office?
It's XLS. It's a Excel file. So we translate it to the GitHub. Is that your question?
No. For example, so provide electricity, water, something like as
Oh.
a data source
Okay.
of.
In fact,
open
our
data.
government our government reveal very few open data to us. We have to do lots of hack to the government's office official website to get the data we want. So our candidates, because we have some election in Taiwan recently. So one of the candidates say he will push the government to reveal the machine readable data to everyone. So it's that's why we want to get the data more easily, and that's our government didn't support us. In fact, currently.
We also so expect to the government to do.
Okay.
that. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So
Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much.
thank you.